Have you seen this product all over social media recently? It's been driving me nuts because it's literally on TikTok, on Instagram. People are raving about it. It is drugstore. It is affordable. It is available now, and I got my hands on it. This is the NYX Pro Fix Stick Correcting Concealer. I'm already doing a foundation wear test that's going up in the next few days, so I figured I've got different drugstore product that I want to try, so we might as well do a separate video and try this product. I want to give you all details. I went over to Ulta. They actually had these in stock. They didn't have everything that I wanted in stock, but they had full stock of these Pro Fix It Color Correcting Concealers. Now at Ulta, they go for $9. Right now they have a deal where if you buy one NYX product, you're gonna get another one at 40% off, so I got really lucky with that one. NYX has made this product available in 24 Pro shades, but it's not just your regular 24 shades. They have color correcting shades as part of the 24 as well. So they have your lavender, your peach, your salmon, and your mint, and then they have a whole shade range that's beautiful because they get really, really deep as well. This is a creamy product and it is available in a stick form, which I can appreciate. I was able to check the testers to really identify whatever shade I thought was gonna work for me. But over at Ulta, it has 592 reviews and people have given it a 4.5 stars out of 5 full-on stars. The shade I ended up snagging is number 9 Neutral Tan. I like giving you guys my shade names and or numbers and stuff like that because you guys tend to kind of base the shade that you're gonna use or you're gonna snag on my complexion because we kind of like are twins when it comes to that. So that makes me really happy that I'm able to give you guys feedback. Now I'm going to give it a nice little swatch on my palm because I want you guys to get somewhat of an idea on the coverage. And now we're gonna go ahead and apply. Y'all already know how I do my concealer. I'm gonna do my T-zone, my under eye area. If it's like a perfect shade, I will probably use this to sculpt the brow, which I haven't filled quite yet. I tinted them and they're pretty dark, so I just wanted to leave them alone. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this under one eye. And I'm gonna blend that out with a brush. This is a BK Beauty Angie Hot and Flashy A506. I'm gonna press the product in. Concealers can be something that's a little on the funny side because it's gonna work for you or not work for you depending on the condition of your under eye, whether or not you have dark spots, if it's dry, if it's way too oily, or yes, you can have oily under eyes. Some people didn't know that. Or if you have watery eyes, your watery eyes can break down your concealer. So it's gonna depend on the formula, how emollient it is, how pigmented, how dry your under eye is, whether or not you're setting it with a powder, whether or not you're baking, and what tool you are using. So you guys saw the amount that I applied under the eye. I'm pressing the product in, and here we have a before and after. That actually looks kind of good, like kind of good. I will apply some under the eye here. It is creamy, but not too wet. Like, do you see how it's not like super shimmery and shiny? It's creamy enough, almost like a stick foundation. And for the other side, I will use a beauty sponge, press the product in. Then I want to see what the difference is. Remember, a sponge can absorb some of the product and the brush will leave most of the pigment behind. You will definitely get a difference in coverage, but it's about which one looks more graceful, more airbrushed, pretty and natural. Here are the eyes for comparison. I definitely have way more coverage on the brush side. I pressed the product in versus blending it out and moving everything that was going on the skin. And under here, I have less coverage, but it looks very seamless. Where's my little? Okay, we definitely have to set this baby because it's already creasing. It is a very creamy product. It kind of reminds me of NARS's potted concealers, except in a stick form. And I really love the NARS concealers, but it's about that formula. It's like not too wet and not too dry. It's like the perfect consistency. I do not need the extra coverage, but I wanna see what happens if I apply a little more on either side. I wanna see if this side builds or if it doesn't, and then what happens to the brush side. So I will kind of press this here All right, so applying a little more concealer definitely did the trick. It definitely brightened and covered some of my dark spots. The only concern is how is this going to wear? So I'll wait a few hours. It's not going to be the entire day, but I will wait a few hours after setting the product to see what this is going to look like after 3 hours, 4 hours of wear. Right now, it is 12:29 when I have applied the concealer. I feel like the under eye, this one definitely has way more coverage, but they're somewhat more balanced. For setting, I'm going to use my Huda Beauty powder because it's the one that I've been enjoying lately because it's pink and it just does something for me in a weird way, I know. I am not gonna bake. I am going to press powder just to set, and that will remove any excess oils from the under eye area. Setting your concealer will help prevent creasing. Now, is it going to stop it from happening just in general? No, but it could slow down the process of the creasing, and it also helps make the under eye look so pretty and smooth. Almost like pure perfection. Oh, that looks good. My eyes don't look sunken in or any... Girl, okay, that concealer is actually really nice. I am going to do what I said. I'll apply a little bit here as I normally would. Some here on the T-zone. You know what? Let's sculpt the brow a smidge. Y'all gotta think I'm crazy, right? I know. Just know that I am not. And so in order to make sure that everything looks balanced, I'll just use my little BK Beauty brush to blend out that concealer. I'll do the same thing and lightly set. Now seems like a great time to comb through my brows. I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my face, but can we say this under eye area on either side looks flawless. But I think I like the brush side better. The rest of the face is on. That concealer looks absolutely stunning under the eyes. I was able to apply my bronzer, my liquid blush. I used one of the Palladio ones. It didn't disrupt. You didn't have that weird separation. It all looks really good. And looking at the under eye area, it still has not creased. Right now, it is 12:58 p.m., which means that I've got about 3 hours. So I will follow up with you guys and we'll see whether or not it has creased and stuff like that later on. Like once I picked up Ty from school, she's doing her homework and all that stuff. Let's see if this color correcting concealer is worth the whole $9. He's taking a nap, so let's just not pay attention to that. My poor baby's so tired. But I wanted to give you guys a close-up of the eyeball situation. This side is the sponge side. It's looking really good so far, really, really good. And here we have the brush side. It is 3:04. And there is zero settling in fine lines. It's been a few hours, so I'm not mad at her. Lighting is inconsistent in the very moment, but of course I like giving you guys wear test updates. Let you know if I'm noticing a difference in formula, if it's shifting. I don't repowder. I don't do any of that. Once I say goodbye, I'll see you guys in an update. It's goodbye. I'll see you guys in an update. I don't repowder the skin or anything because I don't think it's fair on wear test moments. Because you're kind of tweaking how the wear is going to go. And I tend to not powder and kind of fix the makeup throughout the day. So why would I do that during the wear test? I didn't bake. Y'all know I don't like baking, but I feel like that concealer is looking fantabulous. I'm back. It is, what time is it? It is 4:09. I want to bring you guys up close. I'm going to give you a show of the under eye area before I even give it a close up look. So I'm going to tug down a little bit and I'll look up for you guys so you'll kind of see either side. Now remember, this side was brush, the other side was a damp sponge. Okay. Ooh, I got some mascara on the under eye area. I didn't even realize that. Then again, I don't necessarily look that up close all the time. I think it looks flawless and really pretty in this area. It doesn't look chunky, crunchy, patchy. It doesn't look like it's been built up. It looks flawless from here. And then in this area, I find that it's starting to get a little dark and it looks chunky. Not cakey, but almost like I've lost some coverage in this area here. And then there's a little extra product here. And sometimes that'll happen when you are blending with just a brush because of the fact that you could leave product behind, since all you're doing is kind of like pressing it in and buffing it out a little bit. So sometimes you might get a little extra product in certain areas, which is why most people, see, here's the thing. There are influencers and celebrities who will sit here and tell you that they love using brushes, but then you'll notice that they'll say, and then I'll go in with the beauty sponge and just kind of like tap that on in to remove excess. So in essence, they're swearing by the beauty sponge anyway. Yeah, in this area, it still looks really pretty. Being fully transparent, it looks really, really pretty. But I wish that this inner corner area looked as pretty as the balance of the eye. It still looks balanced, it looks bright, and still looks airbrushed in most of the areas. And I like that it has not settled into my fine lines. And everyone has fine lines no matter what your age is. It's the eyeball, you know what I mean? Now let's look at this side here. I have little fine lines there and it has not settled yet. That makes me really happy. I don't see as if like the product has started melting into the fine lines. I don't see that. I do see proper coverage starting here, which I love. And then I see it all the way through. It is completely balanced from beginning to end. No chunkiness, no extra product on any particular area. It hasn't started fading. So although I had more coverage with the brush, I feel like it's wearing way better with the sponge. And remember, you are able to build on top of it. So apply, blend, apply a little more. Because on initial application, I did not have this finish. I ended up applying concealer twice in order to get this like brightening and full coverage result. I really like it. What I am noticing though, at first, when I went like this, you couldn't tell my under eye area was sunken in. You guys know I'm experiencing that. Not only a little bit of discoloration, but this area here, instead of it being puffy, it's pushed in. And so when I were to go like this, it's typically when you guys can't notice it. And when I go like that, it looks like I have bags, and that's because this here has sunken in. When I initially did the application and I set it and I showed you guys how flawless it looked, I loved the way it looked because it did not look like this at all. It was a lot brighter. You couldn't see this here. It was just flawless. Like a 16-year-old's under eye. Can I repowder? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and repowder and see what happens. I think the concealer, being $9, has worn really well though. I'm going to press in this area some powder. It makes it look flawless again, but there was definitely a difference. Okay. I can see why so many people are hyping this color correcting concealer up on socials. And the fact that it has been made available to us all, it's so accessible for $9. That is freaking bananas, you guys. I'm not even mad at it, and I'm really happy I snagged the concealer. Have you had your eye on the concealer? Have your social media platforms been the same where you're seeing this concealer and like you've been wondering whether or not it's worth the money? Is NYX one of those brands that is like a tried and true, that you know their quality is gonna be there just as well as its accessibility? I wanna say thank you to the G Squad. Thank you guys so much for joining channel memberships and your additional support to the channel. These amazing people here on screen click the join button below one of my videos and have gained access to exclusive perks like additional videos and behind the scenes stuff, as well as YouTube providing them with their very own badge, letting everyone know that they are a channel member and their comments under every single one of my videos are being highlighted. If you ever are interested in joining channel memberships, make sure you click the join button below any of my videos. I hope you have enjoyed this concealer wear test. A lot of people don't do concealer wear tests. I wanted to do something a little different. YouTube will recommend a video that they think you're really gonna enjoy based on your watch history, and I will recommend a playlist filled with way more makeup content I think you're going to enjoy. So I hope you consider checking it out, and I'll see you really, really soon.